2017. We're still alive. We're still here to talk about some stuff, and I'm here to talk about the new track from the band Suicide Silence, entitled Doris. It's the first review of the year. This is going to be Suicide Silence's first album since You Can't Stop Me from 2014. It's a new album, self-titled, coming out February 24th through Nuclear Blast Records. So let's just say this with this song. I don't really think a lot of people were expecting this, to be honest with you. Now, before they, released this track and announced their album and stuff, they did say there's going to be clean vocals on this album. It's fine. I was thinking they would go more of a Whitechapel route, to where Whitechapel still, you can argue, is, it still plays deathcore. But then, they're going to throw some clean vocals in there somewhere. I wasn't expecting this. I've enjoyed Suicide Silence for a number of years. Like, I still remember the day The Black Crown came out. That was the first new Suicide Silence album after I discovered them and, got into the cleansing and all that stuff. I think they're a good deathcore band. Are they the best? I never thought they were the best, to be honest with you, but I always enjoyed them. I enjoyed their last album. I thought Eddie was a great vocalist to take over after Mitch Lucker. So I just wasn't expecting this. Now, I'm saying that, and I'm not saying that this is a bad song at all. It's interesting. It's not something to me that I'm going to sit there and go, I'm going to listen to that song today. It's just not something that particularly is something that will come to mind of like, oh, I'm really in the mood for that, personally. However, there's a few things. One, their style has shifted a little bit. There's a little bit more nu metal vibes thrown into this rather than deathcore, but I think the guitars still have that, lower end, chunkier sound that Suicide Silence has, and I think they're fine. They're a little bit more closer to what was, even just 3 years ago. I think the biggest changes comes with the vocals on this song, and so You Can't Stop Me was a very traditional Suicide Silence album. I enjoyed it, but it does get kind of boring to me at times. And I was sitting here, to me, I was like, they have to change. They have to do something. A lot of these bands have to change. Sometimes they don't change for the best. Sometimes they do. And I just felt like Suicide Silence was just getting a little bit repetitive with their writing and their style. And I can't sit here, even if it's not my thing 100%, I can't sit here and say, well, they changed, the wrong way. Because I can't base that off of one song. I don't know. They who knows? The rest of the album could be garbage. Who knows? Maybe even after one song, you don't like this at all. And that's fine. I'm going to reserve judgment on that. Until the whole thing's out, but they're doing new stuff, and that's fine. We'll see how it turns out, and you gotta applaud them for that. I think, but at the same time, I think you can stay a little bit more true to how you were and still change. You know what I mean? But hey, man, they're getting very experimental with this song, in that. To me, I just found Eddie's vocals to be extremely jarring, if you know Suicide Silence. It was like, what the fuck? Did they get a new vocalist? One, it doesn't sound like the Eddie that we all know and love, to me. And I think that might be the part that I don't like about this song the most. And, he's growing musically, he's, doing different stuff, and that's cool. But, man, I just think about those All Shall Perish records he did, and then even, his first album was Suicide Silence. I'm like, that guy was a fucking great vocalist. And I'm not saying he's not anymore, but, his screams, his low growls were just fantastic. His high end just was ear piercing. You know, his vocals here definitely have a different sound to them. They definitely have a more organic style to them, you can say. A more real, a more energetic type of vibe. And I think that's probably the best part about this song, in my opinion. It's just the vibe that it puts off is very, very real and just raw energy throughout. You can absolutely tell whether it's your thing or not, and it's getting you flowing. I mean, it just feels very real in its production, which, could turn out to be a very good thing for Suicide Silence. My favorite album from them is The Cleansing, and that is an album to me that felt very fucking raw and just in your face the whole time. And this might be raw and in your face, just in a little bit different way. Like I said, whether it works fully or not, we'll just have to find out in a couple months. So then we get to the clean vocals. So the clean vocals are during the chorus. It's a little bit higher end stuff. There's some stuff going on there. I don't know how I feel about them, to be honest with you. I don't think they're the greatest. I've obviously heard way better. We'll see how they pan out for the whole album. I just don't know how I truly feel about them, but I'm leaning towards I don't think they're the best. But that's, it's whatever. Randy Blythe did clean vocals on the latest Lamb of God album, and I don't think they're the best. Doesn't mean the album's bad. Doesn't mean Randy Blythe's a shitty vocalist. So we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. So I just think there's going to be the majority for this song and maybe for this album. I don't know. I feel you're either going to be you're in a like it, love it camp, or you're going to be fucking despising this. And I'm a little bit in the middle. I'm a little bit more of, I'm not sure if this will end up being my cup of tea, to be honest with you. But we'll see. I will say I'm intrigued by this, in this song. I don't think it's terrible, and I do want to hear the rest of the album for sure. So we'll see. Let me know what you think of the new track from Suicide Silence titled Doris. Check it out. Let me know what you think about Suicide Silence in general. Let me know what you think about this fucking stormtrooper that's over there. Go watch Star Wars. Star Wars is cool. And, yeah. See you later. Excited for 2017.